Welcome to Tailor Gamer Scribe. This is another TTGS showcase. This time we have Gaylean Ward. Hi, Gaylean.
Hi.
Yeah, let's just jump right in. So, what do we have here?
Reborn babies.
Reborn babies. Okay, can you tell me anything about them?
They are used for people that have illnesses. Some of them are like anxiety problems, or they lose a baby, and sometimes people will make them for them so that they can get over the loss of their children.
Okay. How long have you been collecting these?
I would say 4 or 5 years.
Okay. So a pretty good length of time then.
Yes.
Okay. So you told me before the interview that you have a reason for why you collect them. What is your reason for collecting
I
them?
have very, very bad anxiety, and when I get really stressed out, I come home, grab a baby, play with it, and it helps me get over the stress that I had that day with
Okay.
my babies.
So when you say play with your babies, what do you mean? Like what kinds of things do you do?
I change their clothes, I make them talk, I feed them, pretend like I'm feeding them real people food, and stuff like that, and I put them to bed, and then I'll watch a movie with them, sometimes I'll have them sitting in the living room, and I watch TV with them and stuff like that, like a real kid.
Okay. And so how does that help you with your anxiety?
It calms it down, and I forget why I'm anxiety that day.
Okay. So it helps you with your anxiety, and you think that this helps other people too?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any reference? Like, do you know anybody else who does this, or?
Yes, I've seen people on YouTube who do
Okay.
it. Like In Love with Reborns, Levin. And she does it. She also makes them,
Oh, okay.
too. There's other people that make them, and I've watched them on the Rose Doll show, and that's how I got into it.
Okay. Well, cool. So, there are 4 questions that I ask everybody that I interview.
Okay.
And I call them the core 4. And the first of those is, how did you figure out that collecting these was something that you wanted to do and would help you?
I went to Goodwill, and I got a baby over at Goodwill, which I'm holding right now. His name is Joey.
Okay, do you want to...
Joey Ryan. And he was my first baby that started the whole collection. And that's when I decided I wanted to start collecting reborns and other baby dolls. Because I have other ones besides these ones right here. I have some other ones that are just baby dolls that I use also in my collection. And I enjoy dolls. I've always have since I was a little kid. Enjoyed them.
Well, cool. So, so what kind of things do you do to inspire you in terms of like increasing your collection, or
What inspires me? Well, I look on the internet, and I go to Paradise Galleries, and if I see a new baby that I think is really, really cute, then I'll talk to my husband, and we decide if we can afford it or not, and then I get the baby.
Okay. So it's basically it's not just a collection, but it's a hobby too.
Yes.
So you're looking and seeing what's out there and what
Yes.
people are doing
And what other people have, and I look at baby doll kits once in a while, because my husband thinks that I could probably make one in the future.
Cool. Sweet. So so that's just the collecting them part. What about like getting stuff for them? Like this one here has a pacifier, and they all have different clothes and stuff. Is
Yes.
that part of it too? Like,
Yes.
do you get inspired to like go shopping for clothes and
Yes,
stuff for
I
them?
really love to look at baby clothes, and I also look to see if they can have magnet pacifiers, or they can have a pacifier that is made for them, because you can cut a pacifier up and make pacifiers for them to fit in their mouth
Oh, okay.
and
Well,
stuff.
cool.
And that's kind of fun.
So, the question number 3 is, what kinds of problems do you have when it comes to collecting them, or
Price.
price? Okay.
Price can be pretty expensive, especially if you want a reborn that looks real. They can be thousands of dollars, and it depends on if you want them to have hair, rooted hair, or wigs. Like Elsa, she's got a wig, as you can see.
Let's see. Can you?
Yeah, as you can
that?
see, she's got a wig.
Okay, and then that's just glued on there?
Yeah, and it's just glued on. Do you want one that's got a lot of maintenance? You want low maintenance babies? Like Paradise Galleries does a thing where you can do 3 payments, and that's a good way for people that are starting to collect. If they want a cheap like reborn, go to Paradise Galleries. They have great babies, and I've never had a problem with them.
Okay. So is Paradise Galleries, is that local to here?
No.
Or is that online?
It's online.
Okay.
You can look on it on your computer. Just put in Paradise Galleries baby dolls, and they have all kinds of reborn dolls and different types. And some of them can be expensive.
Oh, sure.
Especially if you get ones that the artist has redone and made it look like a real reborn. Them can cost thousands of dollars.
Okay, so last question of the core 4. Do you have any advice that you would give to somebody who is thinking about, or has just gotten into collecting reborns?
Yes. I would say if you're going to look into buying a reborn, or you're going to get one from a friend or someone, look into their pictures and make sure the pictures look really good and that there's no flaws in them. And can you afford that baby when you look into them? Just because you see a baby you really like, you need to see how much it's going to cost and if they do a shipping fee. Because sometimes a shipping fee can be more than the baby's worth. And that can take away a lot of your money. And make sure you can actually afford to buy a reborn. Some people can't afford them, so they just have to get baby dolls from a grocery store or a doll store or whatever. I have some of them, and they've been really great to have in my collection.
Okay. So, not part of the core 4, obviously, because we're done with those. But so there's a difference between reborn babies and then just like regular dolls?
Yes.
Okay. So is it, well, instead of asking you what the difference is, could you just tell me what's the difference between a reborn and just a regular?
A reborn is one that somebody has painted. If you look at Robbie, you can see, sorry about that. If you look at Robbie, you can see some of the details like in his face, where he's all red.
Okay.
And his eyes are all glossy and lips. And then if you look really close at him, they will have tipped fingernails and look like they're painted.
Okay.
And then their bodies are made out of flannel, and then they have like the little things to attach them with. But there's many, many layers of paint that goes through a reborn when you make one. A manufactured one doesn't have as many layers. And sometimes you can't take them apart. Because some of them are sewn. Like if you look at the other baby, the black one over there.
This one here?
Yes. Albert. He is a Burgundier baby. You cannot take him apart. If you do, you'll ruin his vinyl on his skin. And he doesn't have...
Yeah, and I can see the difference.
He doesn't have as many layers on him and stuff, and that's the difference. And some of them have painted on hair, hair. That isn't like a real reborn. But you can paint hair on real reborns.
Oh, okay, cool.
Fake hair.
All right. Well, hey, thank you very much for having this interview with me.
You are very welcome.
I appreciate it. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all we got for this time. So, yeah, until the next one.